Hello and welcome to RupeeGames. Today I'm going to teach you guys about my Paladin deck and the build that I have. I've had a few friends who've asked me specifically, like, can I have a deck list? I've had a few of my followers on Twitch ask the same thing. So basically I'm going to go over my Paladin deck list and then I'm going to show you guys how to play it. So I call it Paladin Midrange, and that is because I played a lot of Magic Gathering, and one of the decks that I played as my main deck was a Jund midrange deck. For those of you that don't know, Jund was a very popular deck not too long ago. I would say like maybe 6-8 months ago. Basically how Jund worked is you had an answer for everything, and you held back a bit, and you made sure that your deck ramped fast and had a lot of big things to drop. It had some healing in there. Basically anything that your opponent could, you could anticipate them playing, you would have an answer for it somewhere in your deck, hopefully somewhere in your hand. So that's kind of the play style that I got used to, and so when I made my deck on Hearthstone, that's what I gravitated towards, that's what I built. So my Paladin, and I actually call it Paladin Midrange, and it's basically under the anticipating what your opponent's going to have and having an answer for it. So the first card I have is Equality. I run one of those. Equality in a Paladin deck is actually very overpowered for a few reasons. It changes the health of all minions to 1. If you are on the losing end of the board, it makes it to where, every creature on the board has a health of 1, and it partners really well with a Consecration, which deals 2 to all enemies, which would essentially be a board wipe, or a Avenging Wrath, which deals 8 damage to random, enemy characters split. And it's pretty good about how it chooses the stuff. If like they've got 6 creatures out, they're all 1 health, odds are it's going to kill all the creatures and then deal 2 damage to your opponent's health pool. But it's essentially another board wipe. If you use an Equality and then an Avenging Wrath, it's essentially another board wipe. So I read 2 Avenging Wrath and 2 Consecrates. And, those are just good to have on their own, but when partnered with Equality, they're very overpowered. I run 2 Holy Lights. There's a lot of healing in this deck from a lot of different sources. Holy Light is your staple. It's low mana. It's just excellent to have. Acidic Swamp Ooze. I run one of those, and those are usually good if you're fighting a class that you know is going to have a weapon that's really going to hurt you. Something specific that you know is not a good thing. Usually that's saved for warriors or rogues, shamans as well. Sometimes, very, very rarely, I'll see a hunter use the weapon that has secrets, and that's used against that. But if you get, again, in a fight with a mage or a priest, or, some class that doesn't really use weapons, just play it, because it's a 2-drop, 3/2. It's a decent card, even on its own right, without the ability to destroy a weapon. So it's a good card to have. I run 1. A lot of decks run 2, but I don't feel the need for it. Argent Protector, a good low-cost card that can also benefit when, it's certain cards I feel, if it's endgame and it's like a 2-drop, they don't really benefit you very much. I feel that Argent Protector can still benefit due to the fact that it can benefit your larger creatures. So it's good at the beginning game, good at the end of game, it's good whenever you pull it. Ironbeak Owl is a silence. It's a staple card in almost every deck, I believe. I run 1 of them, and then I also run a Spellbreaker. I like the Spellbreaker for the 4/3 body, so I run 1 of each. Knife Juggler. Knife Juggler is very overpowered in the Paladin deck because the hero power summons a 1/1 creature, and that effect triggers the Knife Juggler's ability. So that's a lot of extra damage going around if you can keep your Knife Juggler alive. Keep in mind your Knife Juggler is going to be a target for your opponent. They'll try to kill it quickly, so make sure you have something up to protect it. Sun Fury Protector, that's one of the main cards that we have to protect it. You want to make sure if you're dropping something important, you want to have some taunt out. So there's Sun Fury Protector. Aldor Peacekeeper, that changes an enemy minion's attack to 1. very good. You want to save that, hold on to it. It's a very good card to keep, to hang on to for certain situations. Tauren Warrior is a basic card. He's 3, he's a 2/3 taunt, has an enrage of +3 attack. He's basically a good, he's just a little blocker to kind of buy you time. In the beginning of game, we don't have much play. Most of our cards are big high drop cards, and it kind of just buys some time, keeps us alive, keeps our health pool up. True Silver Champion, great card. It's one of my favorites. It's 4 damage, heals you for 2 every time you use it. I personally really like it, and I use it all the time. And with this deck, you have a lot of healing from a lot of different sources, and that's one of them. Blessing of Kings, great buff card. Consecrate, we've already discussed. Hammer of Wrath, 3 damage, and draw a card. That is really good, because in this deck, we don't have a whole lot of card gain, and that's where you're going to get a little bit of it. Defender of Argus, give adjacent minions +1/+1 in taunt. We don't run a lot of natural taunt in this deck. We run Tauren Warrior and Sunfree Protector, and that's where the other bit of taunt's going to come from. Spellbreaker, we've already discussed. Avenging Wrath, we've already kind of discussed. It's 8 damage, so that's a good card. I run Karn Bloodhoof. I really like Karn Bloodhoof. I feel like he's a target in its own right, and then he, drops a 4/5 Bane Bloodhoof with his Death Rattle. I think it's fantastic. Sunwalkers, I really love for the taunt and Divine Shield, and I also really love that it has a 4 attack. For those of you who played in the beta and remember when priests were very overpowered, that was a great card to have, because priests, everyone was running a priest. Everyone was playing a priest. They were overpowered. This was before mind control got buffed. And having a creature with a 4 attack was very, very good against priests, because their shadow words either destroy a creature with 3 or less attack, or 5 or more attack. So 4 is right in that perfect zone. So that's one of the cards that I kept in even after people stopped playing priests so much. Guardian of Kings, that's another source of healing. It's a 5/6 body on its own, and it's 6 healing. We have a lot of healing in this deck, but we like it. Land Hands. I only run 1 Land Hands because I feel like a lot of times if you don't need it, you're just going to hang on to it. So it's one of those cards I only run 1 of because I only think you need 1. But it is Restore 8 health and draw 3 cards. It's really kind of overpowered if you think about it. It's a good one though. And then I run Ragnaros the Fire Lord, which is a staple in a lot of competitive decks. It's fantastic because if you play him out, his effect is at the end of turn. So it's essentially like having an 8/8 charge, but you don't control who he attacks. But basically what I like is if it gets mind controlled the next turn, if it gets destroyed the next turn, regardless of what happens to him next turn, you're at least going to get 1 turn's use out of him, because its effect is at the end of your turn. And then Tyrion Fordring is my favorite, absolute favorite of all cards. It is Divine Shield Taunt and a Death Rattle of a 5/3 Ashbringer. I actually saved up all the deaths for this. I didn't pull this one. I pulled Ragnaros and Karn, but I actually saved up all the deaths for Tyrion, and I love him very much. He's my favorite card. He's the funnest card to play because he plays the music of Stormwind when you drop him, and he's fun and intimidating, and people hate when you drop him. So he's fun. You can think of Tyrion as your finisher. You drop Tyrion when you have 8 crystals, and it's pretty much game over unless you have a priest that steals it. But that being said, that is my deck. That's my complete deck list. And so now let's go play it. And I will talk you through everything I'm doing. And we're going to play ranked 1 just because I'm not ranked very high right now. In the beta, I was ranked very high before the rating system changed, and with the rating system changing, I just particularly don't have time. Don't have time to get all those wins in. So that's where I'm at now. That's probably where I'm going to stay for a little bit until I get some more time. Definitely more time on my hands. But if you'd like to see me play this deck more often, if you'd like to see me do ranked play, I do ranked play Monday nights on twitch.tv/RupeeGames.
I will fight.
Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and keep this. This looks like a pretty stellar hand, actually. Early on, keep the Iron Beak as a silence, hold on to it for whatever I need it for. Knife Juggler is really nice to have early on. A Sun Fury Protector is really nice because I can put it on some little 1/1s to protect my Knife Juggler, and Karn's just awesome. So we're going to keep that hand. I like that.
The pleasure is mine.
Oh, very polite person.
Well met.
And I just drew a Tyrion. That makes me so happy. Having 2 legendaries in my hand. The only thing that's better if I have Ragnaros in this hand too, and then I have 3. That just makes it fun. And now, most people's first instinct would be to drop your Knife Juggler right away. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and just play that because I want to make sure that if I drop my Knife Juggler, I have something to protect it. I don't want to lose it. It's a lot of extra damage if I can keep it alive. And with this deck, you really do want to roll back. Right now, she's not a threat to me. She's not really playing much. She's got a weapon out. She's got no creatures. Score is even. So, but what she did do is she deadly poisoned her weapon for +2 attack. So I'm actually going to go ahead and drop the Swamp Ooze that I just got, get rid of that weapon. And it essentially just makes her waste a card because she just wasted her deadly poison for no reason. And that's going to piss her off, and we like that. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop Knife Juggler, and we'll go ahead and drop a 1/1 with it. And then next turn, what we're going to do is we're going to drop the Protector. So even if she goes ahead and, attacks this with her 1 weapon right now, my Knife Juggler should, in theory, stay alive because she can't kill it with a 1 weapon. And we'll drop some taunt next turn. She might just have something in her hand to get rid of it anyway. Oh, there you go. Okay, so Knife Juggler is gone. Still okay. No big deal. This deck is really about holding back. We've got some big creatures in our hand. We've got some heals in our hand. What we're going to do is we're just going to hold back. We're going to hold back, and we're going to wait and just let things unfold. I am going to go ahead and use my coin now and go ahead and drop a 1/1 just so that I have something on the board just to kind of keep a little sense of board dominance. And next turn we're going to be dropping Karn, so that's going to be fun. Unless they have something that needs my direct attention. And looks like nothing. Looks like just a 1/1 weapon, so... Oh, and a deadly poison still, again, no big deal. So this turn, we're going to go ahead... Oh, Ragnaros, that's so happy. That's fun to have 3 legendaries in my hand. And believe it or not, I don't spend a whole lot of money on cards. 3 legendaries is all I actually have for legendaries. It just ends up working out well for me that I have all 3 in this deck. There we just dropped Karn, so now we have a big, powerful source on the board. Next turn, we're going to need to heal up a bit. And that person just made a pretty bad mistake. Not sure why they did that. They just... That was interesting. I don't think they realized what Karn did. I don't think they realized it was going to summon them. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to heal for 2, and our weapon for 4,
justice.
which is also going to heal for 2. That puts us back at 27, which puts us in the lead. This is very happy. And we're just going to summon 1/1 to hand. And now we suddenly have board control. And that's how this deck works. You want to let them think they're winning for a bit, let them go ahead and win for a bit, let them waste all their resources with how many cards I have in my hand. Look at how many cards she has in her hand. That's how this deck works. You want to make them expend the resources and then wait for your opportune moment. It is all about waiting for your opportune moment. So now I have a few options here. I'm debating on whether I want to drop Tyrion or Ragnaros, or if I want to drop my taunt creature and maybe something else. It's kind of, I've got 9 mana crystals, so there's not really anything that I can play efficiently to use all my mana crystals. I'm probably going to end up using 8. So I think what I'm going to do, because they could do my Guardian of Kings or something else, but I don't want to do that because I don't need the 6 health right now. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is just drop Tyrion because I don't see any harm in it. I don't see what it could do wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and drop him. Swing at square 1, get rid of the control of my weapon. And as you see, I only lost 1 point of health for attacking that creature because I healed for 2 on striking. And my opponent gives up. So that's essentially how this deck works. You just wait for your opportunity and take it. So all in all, I think it's a really good deck. It's worked out for me really well. My win percentage is very high. My rank is a little low, but that's just because I haven't had time to play. I raid full-time in World of Warcraft. I work full-time. So my rank is a little low, but my win percentage is very high. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments. If you want to see more of me, if you want to see more of me playing Hearthstone, I play Hearthstone Monday and Wednesdays scheduled. Usually some point on the weekend I'll be playing as well. And that is twitch.tv/RupeeGames. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed it.